everybody, it's me, Jose Segura, SMEA President. Welcome to another episode of Fireside Chat with the President. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's get going here. We've got a few things to cover. So let's start with an Impasse update. As you all, most, if not all of you know by now, we have declared and gone to Impasse. We filed because we just got to a place where there were a few outstanding articles we felt like we were not making any progress on, and we thought the input from a third-party mediator would really help both parties move closer together. And so just a quick touch back, we've been at the table now for about a year and a half. We've already settled with the district 10 separate articles, so we've done a lot of work over this last year and a half. We've also negotiated 2 separate salary schedules, one for teacher tutors and another one for expanded learning. So we have been busy, but we're just kind of stuck on a few things. And so I want you all to know that we submitted our request to PERB for Impasse, and they've accepted that, which is awesome. You know, they have a choice. They can say no, send it back to us and have us return to the bargaining table and continue trying to negotiate. But that didn't happen. PERB said that they were going to accept the impasse, and so they've already assigned us a mediator, and we are scheduled to mediate with the district on May 26th. So quickly, what does that mean? Well, a mediator comes in, assigned to us from PERB, and they're going to help us try and negotiate our way through these final articles that are still outstanding. And so for those of you who need a quick update, it's Article 3, which includes President's Release, Article 5, which is your workday work year, Article 13, class size, which really focuses on class size or ratios for nurses in our district, and then Article 15, salary. There are 2 or 3 other small articles that are out there, but really those have to do with the length of the agreement, and we're not overly concerned about those, but the other 4 really are the primaries going into Impasse. And so real quick, what I want to do is touch on Article 5. Now, we talked about this at our town hall. There's a document that's posted to SMEA.com, and it's the Article 5, we call it the MORE document. And it looks, what I did was I went through Article 5, the district's most recent proposal, and identified all the areas where district was asking more of you, more of your time, taking away things like prep, adding duties and responsibilities to you outside the workday, or simply just taking time away from you that you have now, but not taking the responsibilities away, which means more time taken from our personal life. And so that more document is linked at our SMEA.com website, and at the bottom of that document, you're going to see a little section that looks like this. What I've done is I've gone through all the sections that we feel the district was asking more of and did an estimate calculation of how much more are we talking about. So when you look at this document, you're really going to see that either junior high or elementary, the district is asking more and more of us. Those hours of more add up to days and days of additional work for our employer, and we feel like that really throws off the whole work-life balance, which we're really trying to preserve. So please take a look at that document again. It's at our SMEA.com website. So go from there to our second item, student loan debt forgiveness. So we talked about this at the last Fireside Chat. There are still 2 more debt forgiveness sessions or workshops available, which is May 6th and May 18th. So go back to the email that this video was attached to, and you'll see a link to those dates and the sign-up form. So if you have outstanding student debt and you're looking to try and relieve some of that, please take a look at these workshops. They're made for those folks out there who still have outstanding student debt, whether you've had it for a while or you've just acquired it. There could be something in there for you. Our next thing, let's go on to SMEA.com. So we have our own website, www.smea.com. So SMEA.com, not only are you going to find great information like most recent contracts and stuff like that, communication information, contact information for your executive board and other folks, but we're also hosting their information related to this current negotiation cycle. So when you go there, you'll see a section that looks like this, top of the page, and it's going to have information about, click on the links, you're going to take you to information about all of our tentative agreements. So all 10 of those plus the 2 salary schedules we talked about earlier are all posted there, as well as videos from our town halls where we went over these TAs. Also on the website front page is going to be Impasse documents, up to and including that Article 5 MORE document I was just talking about. So you can find that there, along with our side-by-side of where we are on all the articles that are open, our most recent negotiations update, as well as the actual impasse document that we filed with PERB. It's posted there as well. So please take a few minutes, go to SMEA.com. You can click on the link at the email that this video is attached to. We'll take you straight to SMEA.com and take a look around. There's plenty of stuff there for you. Awesome. All right, wow. moving right along. Now we're in section number 4. Our fourth item is CSUS Retirement. You're never too early to start planning for retirement. So just want you to know this is a heads up. We are in the process of planning, process of scheduling CalSTRS information sessions. Now, this is not with CalSTRS. This is with the CTA staff who really knows retirement. And so they're going to do these retirement seminars, these retirement workshops, thanks to Andrew Oman, our CTA staff person. He's really helping to coordinate this. As soon as we have a date and time for that, I'm going to push it out to you. Even if it's not a Friday, whatever day of the week it happens to be, you'll get an email from me that gives you the date and time of these CalSTRS workshops. Super valuable, even if you think to yourself, well, I'm years away from retirement, or I just started, or I'm pretty close to retirement, and I think I already know what I'm doing. These workshops are for everyone because there's plenty to learn every single time. Cool. Next, we have the recognition dinner. So our SMEA recognition dinner. We have been doing this event forever. And it's become one of the highlights of our years, where we all get together and we celebrate those of us who have, our teachers of the year, our district teacher of the year, our student scholarships, our member scholarships, but also all of our retirees. And so this has been this amazing event that I've been so fortunate to be a part of all these years. You get 450 or so of your good friends into a room and you celebrate each other, and it's just really turned into an awesome event. But we know as of last year, we are unable to hold this type of large event. Well, unfortunately, that's going to continue this year. So right now, large groups are not gathering, so we will not be able to hold our annual event this year. Very disappointed, but I totally understand your health and safety is the priority. And so we're going to continue to follow health and safety guidelines. And if that means not being able to hold our annual event, then we'll plan for next year, right? So here's what we're going to do this year. We're going to do a virtual event just like we did last year. If you go back to the email that this video is attached to, you will see a link to last year's presentation. So if you haven't seen it yet or you want to revisit it, please click on that link and go check it out. We already have the names of all of the site teachers of the year. We're going to be working on the district teacher of the year next week. We've already announced to those folks whose students have received scholarships, and we're going to work on teacher scholarships this week. And so we're working through all of this. We're hoping to have a final product together and ready to present to you all by mid-May. So that is the plan. So that is our annual SMEA member recognition event. It's going to be virtual again this year, and we will get it out to you hopefully mid-May. That's my goal, if not a little bit sooner. We'll see. So thank you for that. And then let's see. Next we have, so something that I'm just calling the management versus membership. And it's really not a versus thing because it's not a contest. It's really about just kind of comparing the two of them. So if you go back to the email that this video was attached to, there's actually a multi-paragraph write-up that I put in there that hopefully reads better than whatever I'm going to say now. But the focus of it really is that we need to understand that we have members who work not only at our school sites, but down at the district office. And that when we make comments, when we post things, when we share information with others, and we talk about concerns we have coming from the district office, coming from teaching and learning department, it implies when we use those kind of holistic terms that we're inferring that, or we're implying that it includes everyone in that department. And we have to know that our members who work in those departments are not decision makers. They're like us. You work at a school site, you have a boss, they have a boss, your boss gives you directives and you follow them through. And that's the same with any one of our members, regardless of what building they work in. And it doesn't mean that we don't agree, or we agree or don't agree with our boss's directives, or we are in favor of or not of the choices that our bosses are making. But it needs to be understood that those choices are being made by our superiors and not by our members. And so I really, again, take a look at the write-up that I put into the email that this video was attached to. I really want us to be a little more aware of how we make these references. So, if I'm not happy with something that's coming out of the district office, or I'm concerned about what I'm hearing or what I'm reading coming out of teaching and learning, then I should direct that to management of the department, not to the department as a whole. And the example that I used was a school site. So if last place I taught was Miller, right? So if you heard of something coming out of Miller, I don't think we would say, I'm not happy with what's coming out of Miller, or I'm not happy with the decisions that Miller is making, or what I'm hearing coming out of Miller is concerning to me. We would most likely refer to management. The administration at Miller is making decisions that concern me, or the administration over at Miller is doing things that I feel are not appropriate. And so that's really how we should reference that, even when we're talking about departments, whether it's special education department or it's teaching and learning. Wherever we have folks working, we need to understand that it's management making the decisions and not our members. And we really want to make sure that we differentiate that. So when I say, administration versus members, it's not the versus as a contest. It's versus in the sense that what are the differences, right? Our members are not decision makers. It's our job to follow the directives of our employers, and we need to understand that and respect that, and really speak in those terms when we talk about issues that we have concerns about or that we think are not in the best interest of students or the best interest of our school or our district. And so I really just want to put that out there, and I know it may not be the most popular thing to talk about, but I really feel like we are all kind of in this together, right? We are teachers, we are members, whether we're nurses, whether we're counselors, school psychologists. It doesn't matter what your role is. When you're a member of SMEA, then we kind of all have to look out for each other. And if I have concerns with another SMEA member, with one of my job alikes, another third grade teacher or a peer of mine who is a speech pathologist or adaptive PE specialist, then I should probably go to them directly and have that conversation, because that's what I would want them to do to me. Right? If somebody had a concern about something that I said or that I'm doing, I want to be able to have an opportunity to explain myself, to provide some clarity, or even make corrections, as opposed to having to read about it online or hear about it from somebody else. And so I know these are super stressful times. I know there's a lot inside of all of you, and you are trying to get this last part of the year the best you can. You're trying to focus on getting through this, making sure your students have everything they need, and that you're doing the best possible job you can for whatever service you provide, whether it's in the classroom or outside the classroom. We're all just gearing up and moving forward to do everything we can to do our best. And I know that during these times, it's been extremely stressful, but I don't want us to take that stress out on each other. I want to be able for our folks to feel safe talking to each other and to feel like we are allies of one another. And so that's what I'm asking of all of you. And if you have any questions about this, you want to talk more about it, you want to share your story with me, please feel free to do so. You all know how to get hold of me. Text me, call me, email me, whatever works best for you. Voicemail, probably not the best though, because I'm not really good at voicemail, but everything else, pretty okay with. So anyway, that's really what I wanted to touch on there. And I thank you for allowing me that point of privilege to really kind of share that out, because it has been on my mind for a little while. And then last but not least is PD for me. Go back to the email that this video was attached to. You see schedules for exercise classes, yoga classes, and hiking. Just so you know, the yoga class for next week, May 5th, has been canceled, but it will pick up the following Wednesday. So canceled for Wednesday, May 5th, but that'll pick up again the week after. All right. Hey, that's it, everybody. That's all I got for you. Appreciate your time. Have a great weekend. You've earned it. You deserve it. Spend time with your loved ones, with your pets, whatever it is you do. Binge watch that new show, that favorite show, that old show, whatever it happens to be. Enjoy the weather. It's supposed to be nice this weekend, I think, pretty much no matter where you live on the Central Coast. And so enjoy yourself, and we will talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody.